Okay. Show me.
What is up, YouTubers? DutchRC in the house. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I got me a box. Yeah, and you've seen the title of this video. The content of this here box is very special. So you might say, well, the box doesn't look all that special. Yeah, it's a very nondescript, non-special box. But again, the content of this box is definitely very special. It's a limited edition FPV frame. It's so limited, actually, it's a one of one. You can't even order this frame. Not as you'll see it in this video, at least. Yeah, so if I open up the box, it's still very nondescript. Let me see, these are actually camera frame, as you can tell, optional, and bubble wrapped we have ourselves a frame. Okay, I don't really like doing unboxing videos per se, so I'll lay everything out what I have. You can already see that this is something different. Anyway, I'll lay everything out and then I'll show you what I have here. So guys, here we go. Here are the main frame parts. There are a couple of smaller parts, fasteners, mounting brackets and such. But these are the main frame parts and you'll recognize some of these parts. You can obviously see why this frame is special. It's painted, right? I definitely don't know how it's painted. I don't think it's hand painted. It can't be. That would take too long for a frame to be hand painted. They do sell these frames painted, or at least mostly as you see it here. But as you can see here, my avatar is actually on the frame. And I didn't put that on the frame. They put that on the frame for me. So yeah, this is the frame itself is somewhat limited, but you can definitely buy these frames painted, but they obviously won't come with my avatar on the frame. And more than that, you know that your frame is special when it comes with an authenticity certificate. Yeah, and not just a random print, but my name is actually in this document, DutchRC Adventures. So yeah, this frame is specially made for me. And so yeah, if you live in the Netherlands and if you were hoping that eventually this frame would come up for sale, nah. No, this frame is staying in my collection for sure. So at this point you might think, okay, so it's a painted frame, that makes it special. Other than that, it's still a quadcopter frame, right? It has a top. Is this the top plate? I think this is the top plate. Yeah, this is the top plate. It has a bottom plate. It has 4 arms and a camera cage. So at this point you could argue, well, okay, so it's a quadcopter frame. Yeah, a paint job, okay, but other than that, it's a typical quadcopter frame. No, not really. So what I will do is I'll actually build the frame and then I'll come back to you showing you what's different about this frame compared to other frames. So, et voila, there you go, one quadcopter frame. And so the build of this frame is pretty simple actually. Again, the build is not all that different from other frames. You've got a plate, arms, brace and a bottom plate with some standoffs in between. So that's, and it also comes with a manual, a build manual, but well, from the manual you can already see that the build is pretty simple, pretty easy, which is nice. Also makes maintenance simple on a quadcopter frame. And yeah, so you might have spotted that the geometry of this frame is completely different. There are a couple of other frames that have this geometry. But yeah, so the electronics basically hang down from the top plate, and the arms are actually at the same level as the top plate, as you can tell. So if you would have a motor, it would obviously sit on top of the arm like so, and that motor will be approximately at the same level as your battery. And the motors and your battery are the heaviest parts of your quadcopter, right? Of your setup. So therefore your propeller will be at the center of gravity. And the center of rotation, I guess, is also at the center of gravity. And that means that this setup, this geometry, should be easy to rotate in flips and rolls and such. So I have had, for instance, the Gap RC KHX5 elegant frames. I've had a lot of those. And those work out for that same reason. They also have the electronics hanging down from the top plate. And let me see, Gods, I'm not sure what that frame is called. His own freestyle design of frame also has this geometry. So I am very much looking forward to again flying a quadcopter with this geometry. I know from experience that you can definitely sense this difference in setup, in geometry of your quadcopter. Okay, what more can I tell you about this frame? All the screws in the kit are actually titanium, and the standoffs, I don't know. They do feel a little different, but they are not knurled. I simply don't know. I expect them to be aluminium. But again, all screws in this kit are actually titanium, and they don't strip out, obviously. Also, the frame comes with these 3D printed, I think, landing feet which go around the screws. Nice touch, that works out well. You get a selection, quite a selection actually, of FPV antenna mounts, as you can tell here. Those all go on the single rear standoff. And you can basically select one which suits your needs best, the angle that you want. There's different angles and elevations, and you can stick your antenna straight out the back with this one. So this is quite luxurious, all kinds of mounts for your antenna. Also, this frame accommodates actually full-size cameras. That's probably a bit of a remnant of previous versions of this frame, or maybe this is actually a somewhat older frame by now. But you do get 3D printed adapters, probably for DJI digital camera, this adapter. And that's it. I also got a Runcam mount, but that's optional. You don't get that with the frame. Now, even though this is more of a presentation than a review, let's see some measurements nonetheless. Front to back, we got 16.4 centimeters. Left to right, we've got the same, more or less, it's more or less the same width as length. Maybe there's a millimeter between them, but it's mostly a symmetrical X frame. And our wheelbase is, let's see, 233 millimeters. 233 millimeters. So this frame definitely should accommodate 5.1 inch propellers. It is also available as a 6 inch. I'm not sure, I don't think there's a 7 inch. Also, you can get this frame without the painting. It'll be less expensive, obviously, without the painting. But there are even different paint schemes you can choose from. I'll have a link to this version in the description below, but browse the site and have a look what's available. Now, I'll be honest, when I saw these frames in pictures, I never thought, that looks like a very, very light frame. It doesn't look light at all. However, the product page says it's 115 grams, which definitely surprised me. So let's see what the actual weight is. It's 108 grams, and that is with the additional landing feet. Not really necessary. Strap. Okay, a little over 115, but that's with a strap. So, hot damn, 109 grams. That is a lot lighter than I I must say, it doesn't feel heavy at all. But again, from looking at it, you'd say, that is probably a heavy frame. But okay, my scale isn't completely sure from the looks of it. Yeah, this isn't the best scale in the business, but it's approximately, let's say, 108.5 grams. Not bad at all. A couple more things I want to tell you about this frame. You can see over here the 30.5 by 30.5 mounting pattern. So yeah, again, that tells us that this is a slightly older frame, I guess. There's no 20 by 20 mounting pattern. However, so you've got the mounting pattern at the top plate, which will have your electronics hanging down from the top plate. Also, that'll be the way I'll build the quadcopter. However, you do have the flexibility of mounting holes at the top and bottom plate as well. So yeah, maybe you want to mount your VTX at the bottom. Whatever suits you, obviously, but it's nice to have that flexibility. Also, you can see loads of hookup points for zip ties to mount receivers, VTXs, whatever you want. So yeah, you can see from this that this is definitely a pilot's frame, designed by someone that actually flies quadcopters. And to that I should add that you can fly this quadcopter toilet tank style. You can see slits over here to run your battery strap like this and mount your LiPo sideways, toilet tank style. But you can also use these slits over here and mount your LiPo more conventionally. As you can also hopefully see, there's more than enough room on this frame. On that, however, should I be complaining about things? There's no anti-slip mat for this frame. And I wouldn't want to stick something on this artwork either. So what I will do, I've done that with other frames as well. Let me show you. Here is a Diatone frame. This is a GTR 965. I'm not even sure. It's a anniversary edition, and it also has a, well, this is not a paint scheme. This is screen printed, I think. Still, it is a special edition, at least special to me. So the same goes for this frame. I didn't want to stick down, especially not a non-translucent or transparent anti-slip mat. So here I have a slab of silicone. Yeah, this is very sticky, but you can wash it. So yeah, it's reusable. So once you wash it with, simply by washing it with cold water, it'll be 100% sticky again. So this is what I use, and I will be using that on the Farins frame as well. Nice, this way you can still see the artwork, and if you want to really see the artwork, you can take it off. It'll also protect the artwork, and it'll keep your battery in place, because again, this is very, very sticky. Very sticky silicone, right? So again, this is not a review. I will, however, be building this quadcopter. I will definitely also be flying this frame. Will that be nerve-wracking? Maybe it'll dictate where I actually fly this quadcopter. Maybe I won't fly it over water, for instance, but we'll see. Yeah, obviously I wouldn't want to lose this quadcopter. In the future, I will be building this quadcopter. However, I don't have all parts in yet. In fact, I just ordered the motors today. I had me some cyber zings for this frame on order. They should be here momentarily. However, while building this frame, I decided on some other motors. Actually, these KO Tech motors. The motor I just showed you on the arm. I used these motors on another build project a month ago. Super duper motors, but more on this build, the project itself, in a future video. Again, these motors, I just ordered them today, so it'll take a while with the coronavirus stuff, even though they will be coming from Europe. So it'll be at least a couple of days before I have all parts in for this build. All other parts for this build I do have, I think. No, I don't have a receiver yet. Yeah, I'm waiting on a receiver. And I do have an FPV camera, I do have a stack, I have a VTX, and yeah, so I do have most parts. I'll include a list with all the parts I'll be using for this quadcopter. In case you're interested, it'll be down in the description of this video. Check it out. Again, if you're interested. I will be doing a build video with this frame, in case you're interested. The build is definitely a little bit different because the motor wires will wrap around the arms to the bottom of this plate, obviously. Again, I'll be doing a video of that in the near future once I have all parts in. If you are left with questions, hit me up a comment down below. For now, I want to state I was happy to be able to show you something as special as this. Most of the RC parts are, well, just reviews to see if it works well. This is something more special, at least to me. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of something like this and its price. Yeah, the price of something like this is obviously also higher. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you think of something like this. For now, I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video. Bye bye.